Losville Sheriff Station, Deputy Shalip, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling from Joffrey's Restaurant in Malibu.
Yeah.
We have a guest here who is refusing to pay her bill, and we think she sounds really crazy. She may be on drugs or something. We are wondering if someone could come by and pick her up.
A vibrant and intelligent 24-year-old woman named Mitris Richardson walked into a restaurant one fateful evening, unknowingly setting off a series of events that would leave her family and friends in turmoil. What happened next would lead to a mystery that would haunt her loved ones for years. Hours later, Mitris was taken into custody, and when she was released into the night, she had no phone, no money, and no way to get home. For months, her name echoed in the hearts of those who loved her as questions and theories about her disappearance swirled. The unsettling nature of her vanishing was only compounded by the mysterious circumstances surrounding her eventual discovery. What happened to Mitris Richardson, and why do the answers still seem so elusive? Mitris Levon Richardson was born on April 30th, 1985, to Lattice Sutton and Michael Richardson, who were still in high school when Lattice became pregnant. As they navigated their uncertain futures, they made the difficult decision to place Mitris with her great-grandmother in Covina, California. Her early years were marked by change. Her parents' relationship ended, and Mitris eventually moved in with her mother, who later married Larry Sutton. Despite the upheaval, Mitris was a bright light, full of life and energy, captivating those around her with her laughter and creativity. From a young age, Mitris stood out as someone who could not be ignored. She was full of life, movement, and an infectious energy that drew people in. This vivacious spirit carried her through her academic journey, where she excelled at South Hills High School in Covina, and later at California State University, Fullerton. There, she graduated with a remarkable 4.0 GPA, earning a degree in psychology, the first in her family to achieve such a milestone. During this time, she embraced her identity, coming out as a lesbian to her supportive family. With dreams of graduate school, Mitris juggled multiple jobs, including working as a store clerk and dancing at an LGBTQ+ club. However, beneath her success, something was amiss. Friends began to notice changes in her behavior, and her social media posts became erratic and disjointed. By 2009, Mitris had moved back in with her great-grandmother, now 91 years old. Their relationship was built on mutual care, and Mitris provided companionship while figuring out her next steps. Yet a significant shift was on the horizon. On the night of September 16th, 2009, Mitris found herself in Malibu, a place unfamiliar to her. She spotted a restaurant called Jeffrey's, known for its stunning ocean views. After pulling into the parking lot, she exhibited strange behavior, moving from her car to the valet's vehicle and speaking in cryptic phrases about Michael Jackson's death. Inside the restaurant, Mitris ordered a Kobe steak and an ocean breeze cocktail. Initially dining alone, she soon became drawn to a nearby table where a group of 7 people were engaged in lively conversation. Without hesitation, she got up and joined them, slipping into their conversation as if she had always been part of it. Her energy was erratic, her words fast and disjointed as she jumped from topic to topic without pause. The group exchanged glances, uncertain but entertained. She wasn't causing trouble, just behaving in a way that felt offbeat and unusual. After a while, she returned to her own table, but minutes later, she was back with an announcement. She was going to Hawaii and would call them when she arrived. The group smiled politely, humoring her, then paid their bill and left. Mitris, however, stayed behind. When she tried to leave, the restaurant manager stopped her, informing her that her bill remained unpaid, $89 in total. Confused, she seemed unfazed by the situation, her expression shifting as if she were lost in thought. "I am busted," she finally said. "What are we going to do?" As the manager spoke, she wasn't listening. Her eyes remained fixed on the restaurant's computer screen, as if deciphering something invisible to everyone else. Then her demeanor changed again. She made a bizarre claim, stating she was from Mars, her voice calm and her expression unbothered. The staff grew uneasy when she emptied her pockets, revealing nothing but a small joint. Concerned, a restaurant employee called the Lost Hills Sheriff's Station, reporting that this girl seemed unstable and might be on drugs. As deputies were en route, Mitrice continued talking, this time to the hostess. She claimed she had been watching a soap opera at work earlier that day when God instructed her to take the afternoon off. Her words were confident, as if this were an undeniable truth. Then she made another strange claim. She had no parents, just her great-grandmother. Concerned, the hostess decided to call Mildred, Mitrice's great-grandmother. When the elderly woman answered, her voice was filled with worry, and she quickly offered her credit card number to pay the bill. However, the restaurant required a signature, and the 90-year-old Mildred was unable to help. At around 9 p.m., the Lost Hills deputies, Frank Brower, Armando Loureiro, and John McKay, arrived. The manager quickly filled them in on what had happened, describing Mitrice's bizarre behavior. One of the deputies took the phone from the hostess and spoke to Mildred, who pleaded for them to take care of her great-granddaughter. The phone was then passed to Mitrice, who sounded completely unfazed, as if nothing about the situation concerned her. Mildred, however, was not amused. "You put that phone close to your ear," she warned. "They're getting ready to take your black ass to jail." Her words carried the weight of experience, the urgency of a grandmother who knew trouble when she felt it. After the call ended, Mildred wasted no time and immediately dialed another number, Lattice, Mitrice's mother. Lattice was already worried when she found out her daughter had been arrested. She called the sheriff's station before Mitrice had even arrived, asking if they would be releasing her that night. "I'm her mother, and are you guys going to book her and then release her on her own recognizance? It's dark. She doesn't have a car, and I don't want her wandering out. I'm totally just taken aback because it is so out of character for her." At 12:38 a.m., Mitrice was released from the Malibu Lost Hills Sheriff's Department, alone and 50 miles from home, with no phone, no wallet, and no car. She stepped out into the night, disappearing into the darkness. By the time Lattice called the station again the next morning, she was met with words that would haunt her forever. "She's not here." The jailer, Sharon Cummings, knew Mitrice had no belongings, nothing but her driver's license and 2 keys in her pocket. Yet, despite all that, Mitrice was released into the night. The sheriff's department later claimed that they had offered her a place to stay in the lobby, but that she turned it down, insisting she was going to meet friends. But what friends? No one was expecting her. The jail sat along a desolate stretch of road, with the nearest open businesses a mile away, out of sight past empty sidewalks and darkened buildings. Beyond that lay the vast, sprawling wilderness. In the days and months that followed, Mitrice's name appeared in missing persons reports, and her family desperately sought answers. Sightings of her were reported, but none led to concrete information. Her father, Michael, even believed he spotted her in Las Vegas, but by the time he reached her, she had vanished again. The search for Mitrice continued, but local officials were slow to respond, and tensions escalated between her family and the authorities. In December, Congresswoman Maxine Waters intervened, requesting an FBI investigation into the case. By January, law enforcement agencies began a coordinated search, but crucial time had already been lost. Mitrice was 24 years old when she disappeared, an age when many faced the onset of mental illness. Witness accounts from the night of her arrest suggested she was experiencing a manic episode, yet authorities failed to recognize the signs and released her into the night. Nearly a year later, in August 2010, park rangers made a shocking discovery in Dark Canyon, a remote area of the Santa Monica Mountains. They found a skull and decomposed remains, which were later confirmed to be Mitrice Richardson. Instead of providing closure, this discovery raised even more questions. How did she end up in such an isolated location? Did she wander there alone, or was she brought there by someone else? The mystery surrounding Mitris Richardson's fate remains hauntingly unresolved. The tragic story of Mitris Richardson serves as a stark reminder of the complexities surrounding mental health, the responsibilities of law enforcement, and the urgent need for systemic change. Her family continues to seek answers, hoping that one day the truth will emerge from the shadows. Mitris's case has sparked discussions about the treatment of individuals experiencing mental health crises, particularly in interactions with law enforcement. Many advocates argue that the system failed her that night, as the signs of her mental distress were evident to those around her, yet no appropriate action was taken. The lack of a mental health evaluation before her release raises critical questions about the protocols in place for handling individuals who may be experiencing a mental health crisis. In the aftermath of her disappearance, her family has worked tirelessly to raise awareness about mental health issues and the importance of proper training for law enforcement officers. They have called for changes in policies to ensure that individuals in similar situations receive the care and support they need rather than being released into potentially dangerous circumstances. Mitris's story is not just a tale of tragedy, it is a call to action. It highlights the need for compassion, understanding, and systemic reform in how society addresses mental health issues. Her family's relentless pursuit of justice and answers serves as a reminder that every individual deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, especially during vulnerable moments. As we reflect on Mitris Richardson's life and the circumstances surrounding her disappearance, we are reminded of the importance of community, support, and vigilance. Her story is a poignant reminder that behind every statistic is a person with dreams, aspirations, and loved ones who are left to grapple with the aftermath of their absence. The investigation into Mitris's disappearance and the subsequent discovery of her remains has led to numerous questions about the effectiveness of law enforcement protocols, particularly regarding mental health crises. The deputies who interacted with Mitris that night failed to recognize the signs of her distress, and their decision to release her without proper evaluation has been widely criticized. Advocates for mental health reform argue that law enforcement officers should be trained to identify and respond to mental health issues, ensuring that individuals in crisis receive the appropriate care rather than being treated as criminals. In the wake of Mitris's case, her family has become vocal advocates for change, pushing for policies that prioritize mental health awareness and support. They have worked with various organizations to raise awareness about the challenges faced by individuals experiencing mental health crises and the need for compassionate responses from law enforcement. Their efforts have sparked conversations about the importance of mental health resources and the need for systemic change in how society addresses these issues. Mitris's story has also resonated with many individuals who have faced similar struggles, highlighting the importance of community support and understanding. Her family has shared their experiences in hopes of helping others navigate the complexities of mental health and the challenges that can arise when individuals are in crisis. They emphasize the need for open conversations about mental health, encouraging others to seek help and support when needed. As we continue to reflect on Mitris Richardson's life and the circumstances surrounding her disappearance, we are reminded of the importance of compassion, understanding, and systemic reform in addressing mental health issues. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that every individual deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, especially during vulnerable moments. The tragic circumstances surrounding Mitris's case have also highlighted the broader societal issues related to race and mental health. As a young Black woman, Mitris's experience raises critical questions about how race intersects with mental health treatment and law enforcement responses. Many advocates argue that systemic racism plays a significant role in how individuals from marginalized communities are treated, particularly in moments of crisis. The failure to provide Mitris with the care she needed that night reflects a broader pattern of neglect faced by individuals of color, in similar situations. In the years since Mitrice's disappearance, her family has continued to advocate for justice and change. They have participated in community events, spoken at conferences, and collaborated with mental health organizations to raise awareness about the importance of mental health resources and the need for compassionate responses from law enforcement. Their efforts have not only kept Mitrice's memory alive, but have also contributed to a growing movement advocating for systemic reform in mental health care and law enforcement practices. Mitrice's story has become a rallying cry for those who believe in the need for change. Her family has worked tirelessly to ensure that her legacy serves as a catalyst for discussions about mental health, race, and the responsibilities of law enforcement. They have emphasized the importance of creating a system that prioritizes care and compassion over punishment, advocating for policies that ensure individuals in crisis receive the support they need. As we reflect on the life of Mitrice Richardson, we are reminded of the importance of community, compassion, and understanding. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that behind every statistic is a person with dreams, aspirations, and loved ones who are left to grapple with the aftermath of their absence. The ongoing pursuit of justice for Mitrice is not just about finding answers. It is about creating a world where individuals experiencing mental health crises are treated with dignity and respect. If you appreciate the way we present these stories and want to support our efforts to shed light on similar cases, please hit the like button and subscribe for more in-depth explorations. Thank you for watching.